Hi, welcome to follow Dilaw's presentation. We are a legal tech company and helping companies to cope with the data laws with the compliance legal service. You can find more information about our services from www.dilaw.fi. Today we are going to introduce you to the basis of the personal data transmissions from EU to outside EU. But also, how does it differ when using EU-based data from outside EU? As we are an attorney at law company, we look this only from the legal point. So following presentation is only from legal point, not from technical or even not from cybersecurity side. Saving, using and benefiting from personal data outside EU and how to respect data rights and EU data laws. To understand this better, the first and most important part of this is to make sure of the geographical location of the data. Is the data saved inside EU borders or outside EU borders? Location and geography of the data registries and servers is the most important thing when looking this issue from legal side. This concerns every single company that is doing data business in EU, with EU, from EU into EU. If the company servers and registries locate inside EU borders, the personal data is considered as EU personal data and must follow all EU data laws. So as a reminder, this concerns also those companies that locate outside EU but are using and benefiting data that has been created inside EU. The data must be treated in accordance with the EU laws. Okay then, how to send or use personal data outside EU legally? Is it even possible in today's legal data EU environment in an EU's tightening data law and new act landscape? Servers, data registries, and geographical location. So, when a data-driven company is using my personal data outside EU, what should I know about it? Let me visualize this with the following drawing. Here is the EU border. Inside the borders is the server of the company, including registry that the company is using when saving data. And not just any data, but personal data, including, for example, your customer behavioral data saved when customers like you are using company's services. For example, your shopping history or other history with your personal information, for example, mail, name, address, etc. Just as a reminder, the companies that has access to mentioned server and are inside EU follow the GDPR law. So everything is then okay? No, it is not if your legal data governance and the cybersecurity compliance aren't up to date. But as an EU company, the GDPR kicks in and helps companies to audit their legal and technical governance with accordance of the EU GDPR law. What happens if the company sends data from EU to outside EU? Like this. Basically today it is no. So company that is doing this should have adequate compliance documentations and permits from EU to do so. In the future, and with some civilized countries like USA, there are different arrangements, and for example in USA is the data privacy shield that EU is hammering hardly at this very moment in spring 2022. There are some concessions coming from the EU to the data privacy shield, but it is under discussions at this very moment. This moment the situation is very confusing for all parties. But what happens if the company is located outside EU and using data that is saved inside EU borders with registry and database? This second example is that a global company from outside EU has a database located inside EU borders with customer registry, and company collects, transmits, gathers, and saves data from the EU registry to outside EU to other country. Like this. So, as mentioned earlier, EU data laws concerns also those companies that locate outside EU but are using and benefiting data that has been created inside EU. The data must be treated in accordance with the EU laws. What about mobility, mobile devices, and traveling outside EU? This mentioned second example concerns also companies that provide a mobile application that is not geologically blocked. This means that the EU law prohibits all possibilities. So how to cope or tackle this? The basic model is to hire a lawyer. But that's not the whole truth. Companies must also have a deep understanding of the EU data laws, but also understanding of the laws of all of the countries that are involved in the process. Not only the EU and the one country where the company is registered and located. So, the lesson learned at this moment. The only way to avoid sanctions is to have a legal compliance provider, a deep trusted middleman that understands the data laws of all of the participating countries that are involved in companies' data ecosystem landscape. In the future, the data ecosystem science expert should work in every company to tackle this data compliance entity job. Thank you for your attention. Dilaw, attorney at law, www.dilaw.fi.